Hi, we're going to review the Grand Budapest Hotel, directed by Wes Anderson, a film that follows a lobby boy, Zero, and a concierge, M. Gustav, at the Grand Budapest Hotel. However, after the passing of a friend of Gustav's, both of their lives are sent into a whirlwind.
You're looking so well, darling, you really are. I don't know what sort of cream they've put on you down at the morgue, but I want some.
This is Madame D's last will and testament. To Monsieur Gustave H. I bequeath a painting known as Boy with Apple.
Wow, what?
Who's Gustave H?
I'm afraid that's me, darling.
Alright, so Wes Anderson is known for being a filmmaker who is held as being sort of the hipster among filmmakers. Hipsters really do love this guy, and I'm really right there with him. I haven't seen all his films, I've only seen half of his filmography. I've only seen Rushmore, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Moonrise Kingdom, and of course the Grand Budapest Hotel. Even though I haven't seen all his films, one thing I have noticed by just watching little tidbits and trailers and the films themselves is that his style has really evolved. And one thing I have noticed is that ever since Fantastic Mr. Fox is that his films have really reached a whole another level of quirkiness. Typically in Wes Anderson films, characters talk really fast, they can be somewhat deadpan, and the humor is not going to be for everyone. And not only that, but there's a lot of precision in his films, whether it be in the cinematography, the direction, or the acting, or the props themselves, or whatever. Essentially everything that you see on screen in a Wes Anderson film serves a purpose or was meant to be placed in that specific way that you're seeing it. Visually, I've heard a lot of people compare Wes Anderson films to sort of like a dollhouse, which I could definitely see. I also kind of see it as sort of like a hipster high school stage play, you know, because there's a lot of props, there's miniatures, stop motion, there's a lot of practicality in the filmmaking process. And it's really a mixture of this that really kind of divides people when watching Wes Anderson films, because either you love them or you hate them, and I'm very much in the love category. And in fact, the quirkier he gets, the more I'm drawn to his films. As for his films, I like Rushmore, I really like Fantastic Mr. Fox, I absolutely love Moonrise Kingdom. But as for the Grand Budapest Hotel, I have to say, it's going to be a hard one to beat this year because this is a fantastic film. Really adore this film. This is probably going to be the most fun I have in the cinema all year. In fact, this really kind of seems as if this should be a film that comes out in the winter or in the fall, not in the spring, because it is kind of a very kind of cold sort of film. It's the kind of film that you would probably want to wear a sweater while drinking coffee or hot chocolate or whatever, if you know what I'm saying. Everything I said about the cinematography and visuals previously about his past films is very much applied here, and not only that, but I had to say that the cinematography in this film is quite excellent. I hope it gets nominated for an Academy Award because I think it very well deserves it. It looks gorgeous. Not only that, but I really like how the film was shot in, or most of the film is presented in 4:3, which I thought was actually quite interesting. Now, I don't know the exact reason why Wes Anderson decided to go with a 4:3 aspect ratio. I would presume it had something to do with the time period that the film takes place in, but I love it when a filmmaker decides to revert back to sort of a retro style, and I think it works really well here. As far as the acting goes, it's all quite great, and I have to say that everyone makes an appearance in this film. And what I mean by everyone, I mean by everyone, because there are a lot of great actors who make appearances in this film. But the performance that outshines everyone by far is, of course, Ralph Fiennes. I think he gives a fantastic performance in this, and hopefully he'll get nominated for an Academy Award. And what's interesting, you know, he's known for doing films where he plays the bad guy, the villain, the very nasty guy, you know, of course, like Voldemort and other characters alike. But here, you know, he's very funny, he's witty, he's charming, he's charismatic. I mean, he really does give a great performance. And although it's not a very emotionally gripping performance, it's still a very good performance. Without a doubt, he will get nominated for a Golden Globe at least, and he'll probably actually even win it because he does deliver. And one thing I do most definitely need to add is that I really find myself being greatly captivated by Ralph Fiennes and Tony Revolori's relationship, because surprisingly, I ended up caring more about these characters than I ever thought I ever could have. These are very well written characters, but not only that, what I also love about the writing is that yes, this is indeed a comedy, but yet at the same time, this is a film that's not afraid to get dark. It's not afraid to kill off characters, and therefore, you know, when a character is in danger, you really do feel a significant threat. And speaking of the Academy Awards and Harry Potter, Alexandra Desplat does do the musical score for the film, and hopefully that'll get nominated too, although it might not because there are a lot of repeats here and there. But regardless, I really dig the score to this, and yeah, I even have the thing. Overall, the Grand Budapest Hotel is the most fun I've had in the cinema in a very good long time. I think it's a film that if you're willing to look for something different, something new, something original, then by all means this is something definitely worth checking out because I absolutely loved it and hopefully you will too. Although I will say this, it really did seem as if the audience that I was with really didn't like the film all too much because they weren't really laughing at the film. And not only that, but as the credits were rolling, there was this guy, he was talking to this girl and he asked her if she liked it and she said yes, and his reaction was really surprised. So this film is obviously not for everyone. Needless to say, I really adored the hell out of this film. I'm going to give the Grand Budapest Hotel a very high 4.5 out of 5. As always, I'm Colyn Kirkland, and thank you so much for watching.